Welcome back to the PP Zone. This is your host, Mike.
How's it going, everybody? Today we're taking a look at the 10 rifles, shotguns, and pistols you should never sell. Many of us have our personal favorite guns. They're not just a defense tool or sit in the safe for nothing. They get sentimental value. Be it because we trust our lives with them, we cherish them for their look, their appeal, or their simplicity. Whatever makes you like your favorite gun the most is your individual choice alone. But there are some guns out there that we all can agree are just great. If you happen to have one of them, never give them up. Hand them down to your children, and they'll hand them down to your grandchildren. If you don't have one or all of them, all I can say is get them. The 2020 Colt Python. The Python is the Ferrari of the gun world. Everybody's dreaming of one, but most will never afford it or just keep dreaming of it. It has a lot going for it, most importantly a trigger that's just smooth, allowing for great precision even at long ranges. After Colt stopped producing the original Python, demand has grown, and now it's back as the 2020 Python. Many were afraid that it would be worse or way too expensive, but Colt has managed to keep the price within reasonable levels while still making a remarkable gun. Chambered in a .357 Magnum, it can also shoot .38 Special and .38 Special plus P. Its cylinder with 6 rounds turns clockwise, opposite to other manufacturers. That allows for a tight lockup as this way of turning pulls the cylinder inwards. Combined with the trigger and smooth action, this is the underlying reason for its great precision. Not only is the new Python as smooth and precise as the old one, it also sports a great finish. More importantly, it's sturdier. There have been problems with the old Pythons when they were fed a steady diet of very hot hand-loaded .357 Magnums. In the new version, this is no longer an issue. There have been reports of light primer strikes and not turning cylinders in the 2020 Pythons, but these were teething problems that should be solved by now. The Henry Big Boy .357 Magnum. The Henry Big Boy is a lever-action rifle and belongs to those guns we know of countless Western movies. It was the assault rifle of its day, and even today serves as a true multi-purpose rifle. Using the lever action in .357 Magnum rounds, you can unleash a hail of deadly bullets if you have to defend yourself. You can use it as a hunting rifle, and you can go after coyotes and other predators and varmints popping up out of nowhere. Chambered in a revolver cartridge, it allows you to share the ammo with your sidearm, maybe a 2020 Colt Python. Aside from that, the rifle pushes the rounds to new heights of performance. As a comparison, a revolver shooting a .357 Magnum 125 grain bullet will achieve higher velocities than a pistol caliber carbine pushing out a 9mm 124 grain projectile, which in turn shoots the bullet faster than a 9mm pistol. The rifle will add another 400 or more feet per second to the .357 Magnum projectile, making it punch much harder. The Ruger M77 .357. The Ruger M77 .357 is a bolt-action hunting rifle chambered in .357 Magnum. Why would you want something like that? Because it's a great hunting rifle that you can use up to 200 yards with a low-powered scope and even up to 300 yards with a little bit of training. It shoots accurately and with little recoil, which can further be reduced by shooting .38 Specials through it. Going hunting, you can bring this rifle with its 5-shot rotating magazines and revolver chambered in the same caliber, for example, the 2020 Colt Python. That gives you a lot of option not only for hunting itself, but also for self-defense while being out there in the woods, and you only have to worry about one kind of ammo. The M77 .357 gives the rounds more speed and punch. That's more than enough for deer. Of course, you can also go after hogs, varmints, and predators with it. The CZ 457 and 17 HMR. We all love a good .22 long rifle, but we should not overlook the 17 HMR together with the CZ 457. It makes for an accurate and deadly combination. Actually, the rifle was just introduced in 2019, but it's one of the best rimfires you can find. The rifle comes with a heavy bull barrel and a really nicely made Turkish walnut stock. With it, shooting squirrels right in the head at a distance of 100 yards is no challenge anymore. It's just so accurate and easy to shoot. The trigger's adjustable so you can get it exactly the way you want. Also, it helps that there's almost no recoil. The Marlin 39A. This is the oldest shoulder firearm with the longest continuous production run, and it shoots .22 long rifle. This makes this gun iconic and cheap to shoot. You can go squirrel hunting every day with it without breaking your bank. As a lever-action rifle, you'll carry and use a piece of history, and you'll have no trouble hitting what you're shooting at. The Traditions Buckskinner Carbine. This is a good old muzzle loader using black powder or a suitable substitute. It comes with a .50 caliber barrel and side lock. This sounds all very old, but it also comes with a laminated stock and rather modern sights. Aiming and hitting is no problem. It uses round balls and conical bullets so that you can adjust the kind of power you get to your wishes. Also, as a great side effect, you learn to deal with firearms in the traditional way, including measuring the components and taking careful aim as each round counts. There's no spray and pray with this kind of gun. The Remington 870 Express. The Remington 870 Express is precise and reliable. You can run it with turkey loads, birdshot, buckshot, and slugs. Of course, there are also some more uncommon rounds on the market. This gives you a lot of options for your hunting experience. It can also be used for self-defense, of course, so that you're safe when you go into the woods. Benelli M2. This semi-automatic shotgun is great when it comes to turkey hunting. In 20 gauge, it weighs just below 6 pounds. This makes it easy to carry it around all day. It can easily dispatch a gobbler at 40 yards, and the recoil will be much more manageable than from a 12 gauge. The Beretta M92 FS. If you need a handgun to defend yourself and you're looking for capacity and reliability, look no further. The Beretta M92 FS is super reliable and brings enough capacity to the table. Granted, a .357 Magnum revolver will hit harder, but the Beretta M92 FS will just hit much more often, and 9mm rounds are nothing to be trifled with. While there are other options out there, it was a Beretta that paved the way for the modern high-capacity semi-automatic pistols. The AR-15. Granted, there's a plethora of AR-15 style rifles out there, and many of you might have one, but that's no reason to sell it. It's great for self and home defense, primarily the latter, and also for hunting. You can go after deer, predators, hogs, and more. While doing so, you'll notice how light this rifle is and how accurate it shoots. Also, there are its great ergonomics and an equally big plethora of options for attachments. You can individualize it any way you want and have a rifle that fits your needs perfectly. Okay, some of you noticed it. There is one downside. The power of the round is not what one can call overwhelming. This might lead some of you to prefer an AR-10. That's fine and good, but I do think that the AR-10 brings a tad too much weight and bulk with it. But ultimately, it's up to you, as the AR-10 gives you all what makes the AR-15 great and adds some power to it. There you have it, guys. Thanks for watching our video about the 10 rifles, shotguns, and pistols that you should never sell. If you liked our content, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and see you next time.